Okay guys, so we're doing a battery replacement on a Polaris Sportsman 850 EFI. It's like a 2011, so I didn't think to make the video before I took the old one out, but I do have the new battery here. It's basically just a little old tiny battery like this, and they just go bad after so many years. I got this four-wheeler last year, so I don't know how long the other one was in there. It wasn't stamped with a date or nothing like that. So it is quite a tight fit, and the battery does sit on its side, so we have to kind of finagle it down in here, make sure everything's right, and then just kind of work it down through these wires and everything, and then it just sits in here just so. It's pretty tight. So, and right now it's not in there right because that part, there's a little deal in there that sits flat, and this can't be in the way. So I'm going to try that. Maybe we can get it to go in there and lay flat, hopefully. Hopefully it didn't jack up. I think it did. I think that thing jacked up again. So that's the biggest problem with this, getting this battery in and out of here, is this thing here keeping your dang things out of the way, and that little thing has to sit just flat or it's not gonna fit in there right. So we're gonna try this again. Okay, I think that time it worked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now pull this back out and get this over where it goes. Did it go in there or is it not in there? I think it's in there, right? I hope so. So, anyway, get this out of here. Okay, so you also got to have these little deals here for side mounts. So you got to stick these little deals in here before you start sticking your stuff on there. You won't have anything to screw into. These little deals go in there just like so, and it's got to be perfectly in there. It's not gonna work. Hope that's in there right. I think it is, isn't it? Looks pretty flat, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'm hoping that. I think that's kind of a piss poor design on their part. That little pad that's underneath this battery should be fixated down instead of just loose there. But I think it's good now. So anyway, basically all this red stuff has to go on this battery. There's a ton of stuff here, so we gotta line it all up and put the screw in. You see all that, James?
Oh yeah.
There's a million of them. And I can't remember what order they were on there in, obviously. That might be pretty. I gotta get them all lined up. Probably pretty close. Is that all of them? I think it is. And then you stick the screw through. It's hard to see what we're doing here. I don't know why in the hell they got so many of these little leads here. Might be easier just to stick them all through first, huh? There. That might be the best way to do it. Come on. There we go. And we can screw it in there. Hopefully the bottom thing is lined up. I'm hoping. That doesn't look like it's catching there. Hopefully it's gonna catch. I may have to have a spacer to hold it up. There's so many wires on there. See how many wires there is?
There's a bunch, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it's holding it up high enough, or it's long enough. Trying to think if I don't know if one of them washers is long enough to even do anything. Well, maybe I ought to use one of these longer ones. I don't know. See how long that is. Might be too long. Let's see here. I don't know what these longer ones are for. Maybe it's just for that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why we have so many dang things to plug in on this thing. It's a bunch, isn't it?
Oh yeah, a whole bunch.
That might be too long. I think it is. What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, it's catching that one.
It might work.
But this is the one that was on there originally, so I don't know. It's quite a bit shorter. And the negative side doesn't have that many, so I'm not sure. It's not long enough. Gotta figure out some way to lift that up while I screw it in. Not picking it up. Ain't gonna do it either. Okay, so basically my little bolt here was too short because it got a million leads going to the positive side. So I just stuck a little stick. Can you see that little stick in there?
Yeah.
Show it to the camera. See that little stick?
Yeah,
See how it's knocked the stick out? I was able to lift that little washer that's on the back side up enough to where I could screw it in. See that? It's in there now, right?
Yeah.
So that's all we needed. There's another little piece.
Yeah, a little piece there. Yeah.
Is that a piece or is that just the...
I think that's a piece.
There we go. Cool. Is it out?
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have that much trouble with the negative side. I don't think I have to put that in right away, so we're going to do this side next. Now we got the positive on here. Now we're going to get sparks, so see if I can get a shot.
Let's get electrocuted.
Huh?
Let's get electrocuted.
So I already got the washer under on this one, so it's already in there. You just got to line these all up so where they're going to be on there the right way. Try not to get electrocuted here. These are a pain in the butt too. I'm going to put this on like we did the other one. It's just trying to keep all these lined up and put on here. Kind of a pain, so we'll stick it on 1, 2, 3. See a little spark?
I didn't.
You didn't see the spark? Hopefully, lined up here, and it's gonna catch. Can't see anything. This one's gonna have the same problem. Too much to hook onto.
Well, I think it's on. Oh,
No,
no.
it's not. It's not catching either, so we're gonna probably have to stick another little stick under this one too. See how it's just turning?
Yeah.
So it's not doing nothing. So it's lined up and everything. It's just too. Okay, so if you look down in here, we have those little nuts that go on the back of this. And what I did is I stuck a little piece of wood, right?
Yep.
I stuck a little flat piece of wood underneath there to lift it up enough, and then we just screwed it in. So basically we started it and now we're just screwing them back in. We got all the leads on there and we're just screwing it in, right?
Yeah.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the rest of it together. This piece goes down in here. Can you come around and see this?
I'll go around the other side.
If you look down in there, there's a little catch. See how it goes in there?
Oh, I see it now, yes.
So it goes in and then you lift it. See how it's holding it now?
Yeah.
And then this goes up here on this piece. And I think, where's that other piece at? I think this just goes, can't remember where that one, I think it just goes under here. Just like this, just kind of pads your battery and it protects your battery. Maybe it goes, I think it goes like this actually. Hooks on the side of the battery here.
Nice.
To go under there. This kind of protects your leads and everything. So, but this, I don't know why that's not moving over more. Basically, this has got to go on this. So basically, this just sits on here and protects the top of the battery, right?
Yeah.
And so we had a little trouble with this because it was bent. So basically now we got it started on there. So you guys will probably run into the same problem I did. So just screw this down. It's going to hold the battery in place. To make sure you got this padding under here, right, James?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps it, keeps everything sturdy. I mean, they do not give you any extra room on this at all, right?
None at all. It's all really tight.
Okay. Now it's a lock nut on there. So yeah, it's on there tight now. What's next?
Probably put the covers on.
Just want to make sure all these are tight. And like I said, you just got to make sure that you put a little stick under there and kind of raise that nut up for you so you can get them started.
Yep.
Because on these particular ones, you got so many leads going to this that it's the bolts aren't long enough. You know, they've got these bolts here. They're long, but they're made to mount the bolt or the battery on the side, so they won't work. They're too long. So anyway, you just got to stick a little stick under there, get it started, and then put your bolt in. So that's all the way it was supposed to be. Then this piece, I believe, goes in and around all this stuff here. That'll cover all these cables and all that. Feed it in. Should fit in there. There's a little ledge back there it's got to go on too. See that, James?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see this side. I can't see it. It's kind of hard to get it all in there just so. Is that in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in on that. Just got to gently feed it back there and it will go. And where's our two screws for this?
I think they're...
It's a rock. I know I set them all here. I must do these ones down here. So let's move this out of the way for a second. Okay, here's your two screws for these. And then screw it down. But again, apologize. I didn't think about making a video till I already had the battery out. So you just have to kind of put this in reverse. It's easy getting it out. I would say it's a lot harder putting it back together just because of how tight that battery has to fit in there. So we're going to get rid of all these extra bolts that the battery came with. I just got this battery at Les Schwab, and they actually had to activate the battery, or you can do it, but you have to put the acid in it, seal it, and charge it, and I just had them do that for me. So just be aware, when you get the battery, it's not ready to go, right, James?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a kit just to put together. So I was kind of surprised. I thought the battery would already be ready to go, but it wasn't. So just be aware of that. Now we're going to put our tools out of the way here. You can go on the other side, James, so we're not
Cool.
we're not fighting each other here, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was a bad cameraman. So anyway, everything's back together, right?
Yep.
Everything's tight. Now this piece goes on. I don't think I've ever even had this thing off, so since I bought the 4-wheeler, so hopefully it's not too tricky to get in there. But everything else in this 4-wheeler is a pain and tricky to get in, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a pain. Oh, that one went in okay. Okay, it's on there, right?
Yeah.
That's all you got to do for that. Now I guess we'll see if the thing blows up. So let's see. Or Les Schwab didn't charge it good. Let's see if it works. Well, it came on. Making noises.
Yeah. Make.
I don't know if that's the whole thing burning up or.
It's the ticking of the time bomb.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Okay. How it works.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, guys. I want to die from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah.
So anyway, it worked fine. Biggest thing is the biggest trick is just putting those sticks under there, right, James?
Yeah.
Put the sticks under. You got to be really careful. I had to pause the video a bunch of times just because why? We lost the little nut that goes on the back of it, right?
Yep, had to take it out.
You got to have them just perfect. You got to have all those wires threaded, and then you got to screw it in. So it's a real pain in the butt. It almost feels like you're doing heart surgery, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, once you get everything just so, then you can screw them in. I got 2 little flat pieces of sticks. They're probably only about that thick, and I stuck them under there. And then to get them out, we use the air compressor, right?
Yep.
Just the air compressor, blew it out, and then it just falls down on the ground. So little tip on that one. I thought those bolts were plenty long enough. I didn't really notice when I took the old battery out that they were short like that. So anyway, a little stick under there. I tried to use a washer, but there's not enough room to stick a washer in there, not unless it's probably tinier than the ones I had. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this helps you out. And make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Good?
Yep.
Okay.